old school, baby.
Back to our roots.
Yeah. I'm alert.
I'm gonna put,
Jason said, with this hype, we could come out saying we can't baby dick on stage.
be like, don't worry, dude. Bill's been working out up to 20 minutes a day right now. He warms up, he runs, he does this, he does that.
Yeah, and I said, how likely is it? And he said, John seems really confident about the Gojira. And he said, he said, regardless, we're gonna get good sideshows.
Let's not give me a heart attack before we do this.
Hey, we have a long time.
Or we can ask my friends, man. We also books as well.
What's happening? Oh yeah.
Be like, they're friends with Bill. Be like, just be like, hey. Because I was talking to Neil the other day. He's like, oh, I'm so stoked we're gonna finally be able to watch you guys. He said that too.
Oh, I haven't watched them. I've never seen them play.
Oh, it's awesome.
Post this on the post as well.
Hello.
It's September and we are due for a Q&A. Welcome everybody. Bill is here. He came all the way from rainy Vancouver,
It was sunny today.
but it was sunny today.
Well, it was flooding all week. And then there was one day that it stopped raining for 10 minutes, so I didn't wear my jacket to work. And I was soaked. And I had to dry my whole outfit out with a blow dryer.
I'm just going to post this in the Patreon before we get started, so everyone can join if they want. Next.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks for leaving work early.
Yeah, no kidding. Thanks, guys. All right. It's in the Discord. It's in Patreon. That means that it is in God's hands now. What is up, everyone? What is going on? It's 3 a.m. Man, you guys are dedicated.
Yeah, is that 10 hours ahead?
Yeah, geez.
So where are you if you're 10 hours ahead? Like,
how are we feeling? We're feeling good. We start tracking tomorrow. Start tracking some singing tomorrow with this one.
I can't talk to you guys though because my voice is really tired. I did music mentors for 4 hours a day, and I did a podcast today, and now I have to go in the other room and stop talking. So I love you all, but I gotta go. My voice is tired.
She's got to sing tomorrow. Yeah.
thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. That means a lot. We're feeling good. We're really excited. We've been holding a lot of that in for a couple months. The announcements and summer stuff. Pretty crazy. Although Rock am Ring and Rock and Park we got the offer the day before that we announced it. So
I guess it was the day after we announced the signing, and then we found out.
yeah. So pretty wild. But all the other stuff we've been working on for many moons. Brian Moore is here.
Oh wow.
The B-Man. It's going to be a crazy show. Yeah. We're like, kind of hearing whispers of certain other things that are happening next summer too. And it's just crazy. It's mind blowing. So we're really excited. It's really overwhelming. So, hello, Karen from the Philippines. But yeah, guys, we're recording the new song tomorrow. Brian, oh, thank God the sweatpants showed up. Hey, oh my God.
Sorry it took so long, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a whole thing. It's been very stressful for Courtney dealing with that. I guess what they were doing is like anyone who ordered pants, instead of just sending out the full order, they would just hold the orders until the pants showed up. So we had some people that ordered like huge orders and everything else was included, but because they ordered the pants, like they didn't get their order for like over a month or two, which is so ridiculous because we were just like, why didn't you just send everything else? And then when the pants showed up, just
Send
send
the
them
pants.
that. Like you could have just sent an email being like, hey, this is taking longer to make, so we're going to send out the rest of your order. We're just going to be a little bit on the pants. You can get a refund if you want. But yeah, they just held everyone's order. So sorry about that.
Oh, that's nice. It's kind of the stretchy, like golf style polo. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
cool.
I haven't even seen them in real IRL. They just sent us our summer line to like take photos with. So yeah, I don't know. What's the song title? It's not been decided yet. A lot of that stuff comes near the end. Last minute. A lot of this song is being done very last minute for sure. It has to be submitted by like the first week of October. So the whole mix and master has got to be done in the next week, I guess. And we haven't even tracked vocals.
That's so crazy because usually we like nitpick it for a little
A
bit longer than
long
that.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty ridiculous. It's a feely one for sure, but it does have its moments. It's gonna have some heavy parts for sure. So how is Rise gonna influence anything about how you guys currently operate? Well, that's kind of the beauty of it. They're not touching anything. They're not really influencing much. We are able to use their extremely talented team and use their resources. But as far as like what they can say and what they can try to tell us to do and stuff, it won't be much. Like that's what's so great about this is that it's not like we signed with Rise. We did a partnership between Pale Cord and Rise. So we're all winning and we're all benefiting, right? So it just makes it so we're able to do everything. Well, I'm sorry, I'll use the word everything loosely. Not everything, but a lot that we want to do. Like for instance, if we want to do vinyl, or like if we want to do crazier merch items, or if we want to do like a crazy video or whatever, like, you know, it makes it easier. So that's why we're really happy. John Williams is here.
Boy, John.
Just hit refresh by accident. I got Darren Day. Oh man, should we go on the tangent about Darren Day to everyone or what?
They might like it.
They might like it. Okay, so
I feel like this is the cult, right? So like they'll really appreciate
yeah,
it.
they'll appreciate it. Okay, so there's a guy in our town who sells real estate. He goes by the name of Darren Day. He's had jingles, commercials, everything throughout, I don't know, the last 2 decades, even a bit more. And his son is also named Darren Day. And he decided in the last couple of years that he wanted a rap career, which is great. All the power to you. The problem with it is that he, I guess for whatever reason, likes to target all of his ads to only the people who live in our city. So everyone in our city will go on YouTube, and because, you know, he's from a wealthy family and everything, like, you know, it's none of my business, but it seems like he like does all this stuff at like their summer home and, you know, wherever in the States and everything. he spends a lot of money on ads, and you get targeted with all this stuff 3, 4, 5 times a day. And it's gotten to the point where everyone in this city is just so frustrated and pissed off. As you just saw, John just came in here and just saw a Darren Day ad when he was looking at our live stream. So
John is the best radio DJ in all of Victoria.
and all of the land.
All the land.
And you should check out his radio station. He just started a brand new radio station called What Was That? And we're featured on it. And Courtney actually did a lot of the what would you call it, Courtney? DSPs? Voiceovers, the voiceovers for it. But getting back to Darren Day, if you type in Darren Day Coachella after this, just write that down and watch it later. It's a gold mine.
We'll post a link to John's channel in the Patreon for you guys who are asking about it.
Yeah, which is not affiliated with Darren Day
In any way.
But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it, John.
What is your favorite song by Darren?
I'd say Coachella. Maybe even Get Away From Here. I don't know.
Heartbreak Summer.
Oh, Courtney. Oh, yeah. There's a few. There's a few gems.
He
for
also
sure.
has his own dance, kind of like the Macarena.
Yeah, but it's called the Tree Slide.
Tree Slide.
Yeah. Yeah. So. But yeah, guys. Now that we've gotten the important stuff out of the way, ask away.
Any questions?
Let's answer some cues. I'd love a Darren Day feature. Yeah.
Oh yeah, one more thing I just want to say about Darren Day is that he tried to. What is the thing he tried? Like, so the Victoria hockey team. He tried to fight the.
He tried to fight the mascot of
Yeah.
Victoria Hockey. Yeah.
Brian, how bad is the face to get tattooed? It's pretty stingy. I mean, kind of as farther you go up, the nerve endings aren't as sensitive. So I don't think it was like too bad in here. All this stuff was really bad, like on the head,
The temple.
on the temple was really bad. But like, I don't think this stuff was that. I don't remember it being that bad. But I was 15, so.
You were 15 when you got.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Jesus.
I got this one.
You got me there.
I got this one like 4 years ago or something, maybe 3 years ago. It was after I was married, so it was like 2017, so 3 years ago. Yeah.
What is 1016 exactly? 1016, if I remember, was just kind of a time in which Courtney, was it you woke up or? Yep. It was just a time that Courtney woke up. And we needed a name for that interlude, so we called it 1016.
I had a scary dream.
Oh, that's it. She had a scary dream. She woke up at 1016. What was the last fist fight you guys got into? I've never been in a fist fight. How many fist fights have you been in?
Well, I don't know if I really call the last one I got into a fist fight, but I saw somebody getting beaten up, and I jumped on this guy that was bigger than Michael's back and tried to pull him off. And he spun around and started punching me in the face. He was a security guard at L3 in St. Catharines.
Oh,
So I don't really think that I started punching. I was trying to like get this big guy off beating off a little guy. And then that guy punched me in the face. And then someone saved me. So, and then before that, I did it was like a real fight, but it was just for fun in Comox.
oh yeah.
But that was a long time ago, and that wasn't serious either. I haven't been in like a serious one in a long. And you know what? I never even like tried to actually fight anyone. It's either like I got jumped or I was trying to help somebody. Like I've never been like I want to hurt you or I want to fight, because I think that it's not cool.
Let's see. When is Courtney's appointment? End of October. Brian says, my head only took like 15 minutes, so I don't really know how it felt.
It felt like getting your teeth pulled from the outside.
Most likely. Discovered any bands you like lately? Go my
Let's look at the
Spotify.
Spotifys, yeah.
Oh boy. Let's see. You know what? Not really discovered as of late. Not really. It's just been my regular
My normal-
rotations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing new. Nothing
I'd-
new at all.
I'd say the last thing that I discovered that I recently just started revisiting was oh God, what was that band? Shit, this is gonna kill me now. They recorded with Putney. Great band. Greyhaven.
Oh yeah, we were listening. I was listening to a thing about that today.
Greyhaven. That is a great band.
Do you know the bass player from Knock Loose was in that band and he like wrote their first record and stuff?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
I just
shit.
found that out today when I was listening to the Downbeat.
I've also been listening to the new Deftones, trying to get into it. I'm kind of like, it hasn't clicked for me yet, but I know it probably will.
There's one song I really like on that new Deftones record, Error, but that's the one that's really I've like gone back and listened to over and over. I think twice I've tried to like listen to the whole thing and I kind of just get impatient towards the last quarter of the record.
Yeah, I still have to take more time to listen to it, I think. How was the fight you were in with Adam?
Oh yeah, that was the one we talked about on the podcast. Same thing. It was like someone started a fight and I was trying to like defend my friends. I wasn't trying to like be mean.
I asked Courtney and Mike this a while back, but Bill, do you remember the most expensive thing you've ever broken? That's a great question, actually.
Like tons of cell phones. One time I broke a ice sculpture and I think that might have been expensive.
Oh shit!
At a Jägermeister one. I was like, you know, like you go to these like rocker like Jägermeister parties and they pour the booze down the thing and then there's like a slide and then like, you know what I mean? So it becomes ice cold and then they give you a shot. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they have like a little statue or whatever.
Yeah, so it was a giant bottle and then they poured it down and then there was like a slide.
Yeah.
And I threw an ice cube at it and it was like kind of just half melted and it went.
Oh fuck.
And I just like turned around and I went like.
Yeah, you just leave.
And someone else got kicked out for doing that, but it was me.
Oh man.
I don't think I've ever broken like a guitar or like an amp. Like
I snapped a headstock once. Wow, one of the first shows I ever played. We had done like a 2-week tour, and then we were playing a big hometown show. I was 16, and I had this rental guitar, Gibson Les Paul Studio. And at the time, that was like a big thing for me that I was able to play this guitar for the show. It was like beyond way better than anything I had owned previously. I was trying to up my gear and stuff, so I wanted to try it out before I bought it. So I rented it from the store, played the show, and at the very end of the show, I like went to put the guitar down, and I don't know what happened, my adrenaline or what. I can't even really remember, but I just remember it slipping out of my hand, and the headstock just hit the ground first, completely snapped off.
what happened?
I just left. I turned my amp off and I went outside. And I stood outside.
Did you have to replace it?
No, because the way that we spun it was that, and this was true, that the strap snapped. So that was part of why it fell, I think.
Was the strap a rental?
The strap was the music store brand strap.
Oh yeah.
So the way that we argued it was that because the strap was so shot, I was not liable because it was like given to me with the rental and it should have been a proper strap, and therefore it wouldn't have broken the guitar. And they were like, all right, fine.
Actually, I think I know the most expensive thing I ever broke is I drove my dad's car through the garage door.
Oh, through it?
Through it and over the lawnmower.
Oh boy.
So I think I was in grade 6 and we had like a little incline driveway like that, like maybe like 50 feet long. And I was like, Mom, I'm like, can you move the car for me so I can play basketball? And she's like, you can just do it. So I turned my dad, who had like this big sedan, like, you know, those like big old 80s, like kind of like Cadillac cars.
And you're like excited to move it.
I put it in drive and not even reverse. I don't know why, but it started rolling and I was panicked. Instead of fucking hitting the brake, I hit the gas and went through the garage door and onto and over like it just like cleared out everything in its path that was in the, and it was like a really messy garage, kind of like imagine like like your parents' garage, and then but there's like stuff in there. Imagine just driving right into it.
I actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I have one more for you. When I think I was 8 or 9, I was friends with this kid that his parents owned like one of the biggest like farms in our area. And I went over there, and it was one of those situations where it's like, you ever have a buddy where it's like no rules? You go to their place and there's just no rules, and you do whatever you want. There's a lot of shit that like you shouldn't have access to, like dirt bikes and ATVs and stuff like that. And because they're out like the middle of nowhere, they just let their kids do whatever they want. I had never driven a dirt bike before, and their dad was there. We're just like, yeah, let them ride the dirt bike. I don't care. And it was a small one. I didn't understand the whole concept of that. And so he's helping too. Like the dad's out there monitoring. It wasn't just like he let me go outside and just go for a rip. But I started getting the hang of it, start going in circles. And then for a moment there, I did not have the hang of it. And I just started going, and I'm like kind of going like this, and I'm getting really close to their family car. And I'm going like this, I'm going like this, I'm going like this. And then all of a sudden I just went like that. And I just went right into the front of their car and dented the front of their car like this completely. And I think the dad was really choked, but at the same time, he was just like, in his head, he's like, I'm totally responsible for this. And like, if this kid goes home and tells his parents that like I let him drive a dirt bike around, like I can't really be
Did you
mad.
have an helmet on?
No.
There you go.
And
Case
so,
closed.
yeah, exactly. And so I think he assessed the situation. He was like, well, I can't really be mad at him like denting my car because his parents could straight up like fucking, lose their shit on me. So we just left it the way it was. But yeah, I think that's probably one of the most expensive things I've ever broken or damaged or whatever. Those two things.
And then I let my parents' kitchen on fire, and then I burnt down a hut in Indonesia. But that's it.
That's all. Let's see. Courtney will be proud of me. You sucked my ass 3 times in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Hell yeah, Sean.
TM.
That
Trademark.
is the best. You just posted a Courtney Rio Holy Roller art. The style looks really familiar. Do you know the artist?
Nope.
Courtney?
Yeah.
Do you know the artist's name?
Yeah. William Barber.
William Barber.
Bill Barber.
There you go.
Billy.
That's weird that his name's William Barber.
He's Billy Barber.
Billy
Yeah,
Barber.
but that's two things that have to do with me.
Yeah, that is.
Based off of the art made by Leanna White.
Based off of the art made by Leanna White.
Who did our shirt.
We did our shirts.
A broke up band that you'd want back together. For me is Adastria or Adastria. I don't even know who that is. Good question. Shit.
I feel like I've seen. There's got to be like someone. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, I never got to see them, and it was someone pretty crazy. I'm like, I wish I would have seen that band before they broke up. But I feel like I've seen most of them.
Yeah.
I always like. I want to say the Dillinger Escape Plan, but I probably seen them like 30 times.
You have?
Oh yeah. Oh, you know who?
Oh, because you toured with them, right?
No. But
No?
I saw them play like 3 or 4 times at least. I don't want to say 30, but 3 or 4. I saw them play 2 or 3 times at the Messaluna. I saw them on the Radio Rebellion tour. I saw. Oh, this is a crazy one. It was Zayo, Misery Signals.
Whoa.
Every Time I Die, Dillinger Escape Plan, and some other one that was in Seattle. And then I think I saw them at and I saw them again at the Rickshaw before they broke up. You know what band I would have loved to see? This is the band I was thinking about. Is Acceptance? They're a band from Seattle. You ever listen to that band? Kind of like a poppy band.
No.
They were awesome. I think they got back together to do something, but.
Interesting.
Yeah, or the Starting Line. I don't know, just like stuff from when I was young. I can't think of anything now that I would have.
I mean, so many bands that did break up are back together now.
Yeah, it's kind of like ruins it.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I would say Textbook Tragedy, but then you wouldn't be in my band. So there you go.
Oh yeah, we'll never do a reunion show ever.
No, you won't. You won't.
But you did see us play though.
I did. That is true. Hi from New Zealand. Will you be releasing more vinyl? Yes. This season is vinyl season. We're going to be doing a new variant of the Holy Roller single. It's going to be a different color.
In case you didn't get the first one.
In case you didn't get the first one, I can't remember exactly what day that will be out, but sometime around, I think, could be wrong, but the day that the remix comes out, it'll be, it'll be made available. So there's going to be about 1,500 of those. So if you missed on the first press, these ones are going to be really cool and a different color. So you can get those. And then also we're working towards getting like basically all of our songs and records on vinyl this season. So yeah, lots of stuff coming. Hey Bill, how did the barber thing happen? How did you fall into it?
So this is the story of that. So when one of my old bands was doing the Warped Tour, I want to say in like 2011 or 2012, the drummer of the band Bayside was doing haircuts, and I would just kind of like it was cool because he would have like this Warped Tour tent. It was just like backstage, and he'd have his like haircut rig, and then you have stereo, and then a bunch of beer, and it's like, he would just kind of like have a party and just be doing haircuts, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So when I met my wife and I stopped playing in my old band, I just was kind of wanted to find a new job to do. So I was like, oh, like haircutting looks cool. So I had some friends that worked at a barbershop, and then I just started like answering the phone and sweeping the floor and practicing on my friends. And that's basically how that happened. Not that cool. And then Courtney's like, you have to cut hair forever.
Yeah.
To cut everyone's hair.
You need to listen to Callous Dowboys. I'll check it out. Do you have a favorite scoring from a movie soundtrack? Mine is from Conan the Barbarian. Interstellar. Definitely. That's definitely like I think it's like one of the most impactful soundtracks. That and Inception as well. As far as like something that really fits the movie. What about you? I
don't really like listen to a lot of it, but I mean the one that I liked a lot when I was younger, any Danny Elfman stuff, but definitely the Batman stuff.
Oh, Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's killer. Isn't the guy that does all the Star Wars stuff named John Williams? Is that true?
Pardon me?
What's the guy who scores all the Star Wars movies?
How do you not?
How do you not know that?
I thought it was John Williams. Because that would be funny, because then we would be like, oh yeah, it's John Williams.
Yeah, it's John Williams. It is John Williams.
It is John Williams, of course. That's why I knew it. I just I didn't want to second guess myself.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, when I go to the bar and I'll be like, hey baby, yeah, I know John Williams. And they're like, haha.
Oh, sick. Yeah, Hans Zimmer does Batman.
Hans Zimmer does Batman. Who did like the old Batmans from the 90s? I want to see this.
He did Inception as well.
Danny Elfman?
Yeah, I thought Danny Elfman did the old Batman.
Danny Elfman, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
What did I say?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, old Batman was Elfman. That's what I was talking about, guys.
Once COVID leaves, will you guys come to Australia or New Zealand? Yeah, hell yeah.
To walk the path to Mordor.
Yes. Yeah, we'd love to. That's like a huge bucket list thing for this band. That and Japan. I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of Europe tours and American tours, but it's going to be important to get out that way. So as soon as it's possible and it makes sense for us, we'll do it. Is there any chance we could ever get a merchandise website that ships internationally? The one that we have now does ship internationally. But as far as like a merch store in Europe as well, or like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Like we have our, what are they called? Impericon in
They
Europe.
just added a bunch of new items too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's like originally we just had our leftover merch from Europe, but now there's like some of the newer designs on the Impericon store. So
That's awesome.
check it out before you check out the other one if you live over there.
And then as far as anywhere else, like, yeah, like as of right now, it's just merch now, but we're, eventually we will work towards getting like most places sorted. So it's not, crazy shipping and everything like that. But it is a goal. Let's see. I just looked up Bill and found a bunch of pictures from 2015 of him displaying his Star Wars collection for the Vancouver Sun and Ottawa Citizen. No articles attached, just the photos.
Yeah, I had when I think it was when The Force Awakens comes out. I had this like literally the Star Wars collection that filled a room in my house, and someone at the paper got a hold of me, and the guy came over and they did I have the paper still. I can scan it for you if you want. It's kind of cringe, but I had a giant Star Wars collection, and I sold the whole thing so I could go to this fancy haircutting thing in Santa Monica. So it paid for my whole trip. But I kind of felt bad for my wife because we have a really small place, and it just looked like a 17-year-old living there. So and it was good. I mean, I got back more than I paid for it, and I went to learning some good things.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my dudes. I'm from Dallas, and the Stars are playing right now. Still love you all, and I'll see you guys next month. Go Stars! Hell yeah!
Go Stars!
These are always, they're gonna stay up on the Patreon too. So if you ever want to just catch the last bit of it, or if you have other stuff to do, it's all good. Would love to see you with Polaris or while she sleeps. That would be sick. We'd love to do that. Hopefully it happens. The Omega plugin sounds so good. I waited so long to download it. It does. It actually does. That's one of my favorite ones. That one and the Nolly one are my favorites for the heavies. Spirit Box World Tour. Could happen. Never know what 2021 is going to bring. I have two macaws. One is an excellent talker. She copies Courtney when she screams in Rule of Nines. Wow. That gave me the idea to teach her something you guys would like to hear. What would you choose? Oh my God. I don't know if you want that to happen.
The number on the front of your credit card and the number on the back of your credit card.
And the security code.
And the secret pin.
I don't know. It's a good question. If you could have an animal say anything, what would you have it say?
I don't know.
That's tough. Could just be, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
That'd be pretty annoying. I don't know.
Did you see that thing in the paper lately where these 9 cops showed up to that guy's house?
No.
But because there was it was like a talking bird, and it was going help. But they thought it was somebody. They thought it was somebody that was kidnapped, and all these cops pulled up with their guns. Oh, it's America, and they're and the guy's working on his car, changing a tire, and he's hold on. He's hold on.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, and then he's just come with me, and the guy had a security camera in around the property, and he brought the bird out, and the bird's help.
Oh my God, that's so brutal. That's a good cover up, actually. Just having one of those, and then being a crazy guy as well.
That's what they want you to think.
That's what they want you to think. Do you have any nerd passions, Mike? Are you a closet Voltron, or what is that, Herculoids nerd? No, you know what? I spent a lot of time when I was younger obsessing over Diablo 2, StarCraft.
Did you ever play Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, I dabbled in that for a minute. I feel like I got most of my nerd shit completely out of the way when I was young. And then the moment that I started playing guitar all the time was just obsession, basically. So that's my nerd thing is production and music stuff. But the last few years, especially, it hasn't really been financially, I haven't really been financially able to have a nerd hobby. I mean, even think about Warhammer or some shit like that. It's I don't even know how much it is per set.
I don't know how people afford that game.
Exactly. So it's my nerd stuff and all that has always gone to guitars and gear and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm sure in the next little while here I'll pick up some crazy hobby or whatever. But the last few years, 3, 4 years, 5 years has just been focused on getting this band up and running. So
that's another reason that my Star Wars stuff went away. Yes. When I joined the band, that's when I started
that's when Dingwall started becoming a thing and
just buying gear.
Dark Glass.
Yeah. Camper, Massive Boogie Calves.
Yeah.
Because when I I was still casually playing a little bit, but when I joined Spirit Box, I had to buy not only a whole new rig, but a very good one as well.
Yes, it couldn't just be any old rig. Very, very precise. Same with me too. You have to have very precise gear. So shit's expensive. Favorite merch piece on your store? That's a great
The
question.
hoodie, man, the Holy Roller hoodie. I got the one, you know, in it because it's like,
Oh, the Crystal Lake collab one?
yeah.
Well, it's not there anymore, but yeah, damn, that was a sick hoodie, that's for sure.
I bought one, and it's like the most comfortable hoodie I've ever had in my life. It's like having those things at the airport, you know, like
that wrap
it's like
around.
having a wraparound on you at all times.
Yeah. I'm trying to think too. I think one of my favorite pieces are honestly just like our pastel hoodies that we have, which is our name stitched in them. They're super simple and they're really comfortable. I really like them. Let's see. Have you heard of Sheet Happens? They're pretty rad at getting merch out there. Yeah,
That's Luke's thing.
that's Luke's thing. You know what? We hit them up a while back asking about tabs and shit. They weren't interested. So, you know, maybe we'll hit them up again. I don't know. But yeah, as far as merch goes for North America, we're covered. So yeah, like, you know, regional merch stores and shit will come at some point when there's more of a demand for it, like internationally and everything. But for what we have right now, it's pretty solid. So what was the most meaningful moment you had with a complete stranger? I mean, probably anytime we play live, because it's just a room full of strangers that are there to see us. Being at the merch table and talking to people.
That's so sick.
It's so wild. Yeah, like when we did that Europe tour, especially. And I mean, like, obviously, like being in bands before and stuff, you do experience that. But because we had waited so long and because it was our first time, especially, like meeting people that were there to see us and shit, like,
Oh, it was so sick. Felt so good.
it felt nuts. It was like, holy crap. There's a bunch of people who actually know who we are here. So
And in the weirdest places.
yeah, in like random cities that I can't even pronounce. So yeah, you know, I would say definitely like live shows and stuff is definitely a very meaningful time with people that we don't know. And it's awesome. And we're super grateful to get to do it when we get to do it again. Whoever knows when that will be. So far, June of 2021. Guitars will eat up all your nerd money too. Yes, this is true. What are your thoughts on bidets? Don't really have any thoughts. You could have my Star Wars comics, Bill. I know they will go to a good home.
You know, I would love that, but I just have nowhere to put any of that stuff. Like, I don't even have like I don't have like a personal area in my home. You know what I mean? Like, I just have like my clothing area, and then I have my computer, and then all my gear is somewhere else. So, you know, I really appreciate it, but I don't even have anywhere to put them.
I don't know if you've covered this before, but what recording gear do you have in your studio, and what mic do you typically use for recording? So our gear is pretty streamlined. Use a Universal Audio Apollo Twin for an interface into a MacBook. I use Reaper primarily, and then microphone wise, actually both EPs that I did vocal engineering for was an SM7B, and then now for this new song, we're renting a U57 mic, which we're really excited about. It's going to sound great. And yeah, we just, you know, do the typical compression on the way in, compress the shit out of it for Courtney. And then the rest of it's all DI, guitars, and bass. So pretty simple. I'm still waiting for the Holy Roller mug. Was that put up? When was that put up?
Pre-order item.
It's a pre-order item. Okay. Yeah, it's being made.
They're still making them.
Now you have a sexy ass and bossy mic. Yeah, it's crazy guitar. It feels like a friggin' alien spaceship. Can we get some zippered hoodies? Can't mess with the hairdo pulling the others on and off. Fair enough.
Hey, this is a big problem in my life too. So like this morning when I was getting ready, I had to go put on all my clothes, and then I had my pull, and then I did my thing. So like, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah. We'll. I'm sure the time will come.
We will release the zip up with our signature pomade that Mike and I are engineering together.
Yeah. we've been working on it for a long
It changes
time.
your hair different colors depending on mood.
Yeah. First of its kind. Do you ever get recognized walking down the street or going grocery shopping? No,
Not for this.
not where we live. No one gives a shit. Yeah, it's called being recognized is what we call it. And it's only happened 2-3 times in the last like 2-3 years. No one likes us where we live. They don't like what we're doing. They don't like that we do the online thing, and they don't like that, this is working, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, this is what it is. We don't really care. Marianne's got to jump. See you later.
Have a good one.
Who would most likely get in trouble within the band? I don't know. We're all pretty boring and lame. Probably Bill though.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go through the questions that were left on the post. Let's see. Lucas says, the new riff tease for September sounds very interlude-y. It seems like a reworked version of the Lost interlude, so maybe that's why. Will the song for the new riff tease September be a full-blown song or interlude? I personally would like to see more intro, outro, interlude stuff from you guys. For me, Courtney's voice demands attention, and it's hard for me to focus on the music as much as I should. The instrumental tracks you've been putting out up on here definitely help, but it's also got me wanting some purely instrumental interludes and stuff to let the guy shine. Sorry for being a rambling idiot. No, you're fine. That song is going to be a full-fledged song. It's just something that I haven't finished yet, but it's probably going to make the record in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, it's definitely going to have vocals on it. So sorry, Lucas. Carpathian Psychonaut asks, if you found yourselves chasing inspiration and writing a wonderful track, but then realized it was pretty outside of what you've done before, would you do it? What would you do? Would you archive it, go with it? Do you even know how to wean out the Spirit Box sound? Figure out what the Spirit Box sound is yet? We just do whatever we want. Like, honestly, there's not really much that's going to be outside of our wheelhouse. It's definitely going to all be relatively different. Like, even this new song is very open and singy. There's no yelling, So, yeah, like we never make stuff and then go like, oh, that's to this or that's to that. You know what I mean? Okay, Rich asks, this one's from Mike. In the Mara Effect at Silverside, I noticed you added some of those awesome pick scrapes, but on the EP, it isn't there. Are these types of changes something you discuss as a band, or was this something you just tossed in on your own in the moment? Thanks. Thanks for the question, Rich. That part of that song, I just started doing that because it was really heavy. And I wish I would have included it on the actual recording.
That happens so much.
It does. It definitely does. It's just, like things grow with time. And when you play it live, like you got to keep in mind that when we did that live session, when we were at the point where we were finally playing those songs live, it had been 2 years since we had actually wrote it. So it'd been 2 years just sitting there listening to it. So, tastes change and certain, the way that you play certain things change. I would hope that, later on down the road, even when we start playing old shit, we're going to switch it up a little bit and play it a little differently, Rob asks, I'm probably not going to make the stream, but I was curious what other names for the band were on the table before you decided on Spirit Box. I always found band names to be a tricky thing to hit on. You don't want something overly long, maybe keeping it to only 1 or 2 words, while at the same time capturing the essence of the band in those couple of words. Also, I'm glad you liked my Scooby-Doo inspired logo. That meant a lot to me. Awesome. We thought of Bleach Bath. We thought of the Mara Effect. The concept of Spirit Box and naming it that and everything. We knew that we wanted to use Spirit Box sounds. And then after a while, we were like, Spirit Box is actually a really fucking sick name. And then we just rolled with it. And we're like, well, if we're already gonna do that, and then we're going to use these sounds. We may as well just like dive right in and just call it Spirit Box, and just use the theme and just see what happens if people take to it. And then 2 years after that, our record came out. So, and then Bill joined on in early 2018. Pretty crazy. Anna says, you guys are our VIPs now. When do you get an official Wikipedia page? Whoa. That's when you know you really made it. When you're on Wikipedia.
We'll get one of the interns to make it for us.
Yeah. It's top of the list, Wikipedia page, with nothing correct on it at all. Benjamin says, hey there, just in case I do fall asleep, I wanted to ask this. Since you are, like most bands, working daytime jobs, how much time do you get for band stuff per week? How do you manage your time and prioritize? I guess with the growing popularity, you get more interview requests, etc. Plus, the boxies also want to know everything all the time. It's true. That is true. Love you. You are amazing. Ben, the artist, formerly known as Blessed Ben. Well, Ben, well, you can start, Bill. How much time do you get to do band stuff a week?
Not as much as I want.
Yeah.
When I'm working, like when I'm working on making a video or something, I like at work, if I have an hour or two, I can try to edit video, but it's tough to do when I'm like at my other job. And then I try to go down to my rehearsal spot and play my instrument or work on something. But, what I am hoping to be doing starting next month is taking an extra day off, go down to cutting hair 4 days a week so I can have a day just to be at my little workshop and, make a video. And, one of the biggest problems I ran into was I was like, okay, I have 2 hours after work on Thursday. I'm going to go down and I'm going to film a video. And then I'll take it the next day, I'll go look at the footage. And then the next day I go look at the footage and it's like, oh, well, the lighting was off. There was something ugly in the background. I'm like, well, now I have to go back and redo that again, where realistically, if I would have done the whole thing at once, I would actually save time. So it's like, I wish I had more time to do it. And I can't just come home and see my wife and be like, not now, I have to go do this. So
yeah,
there's never enough time in the world, really.
No, there isn't. I mean, me and Courtney are in a unique situation because obviously we're together and the band is our main focus and everything. So we definitely have a bit more freedom when it comes to working on band stuff and shit. But man, basically when we're not working or if we're not just doing whatever else needs to be done, life stuff, it's just always band at all times.
And also we are us three with Jason, who's our manager. We are talking from the minute we wake up till the minute we go to bed. Yeah,
we have group text, we have Slack, we have a bunch of shit. We have so much shit on the go, and it's now getting to the point where it's really overwhelming. And it's when we do work, it's super distracting because something will happen spur of the moment. We have to be there, and I need this, blah, blah, and it's just.
Can I tell you guys something? Kind of secret. It's not really that secret. It's just kind of bad. Whenever we have a big announcement or whether it's about to happen or it just does happen, when we did the Rise thing, I'm been so distracted. I've just been doing the fucking worst haircuts because I'm just thinking about the band is
It's hard, man, because it's you're trying to focus and you're trying to do what you signed up for, but at the same time too, it's your whole other life. I call it the other life because it's we've been working towards it for so long. It's just now starting to slowly become a reality. And it's very misunderstood. Most people who are well, what do you do? And you say they would rather hear that you do data entry versus playing a band, because to them, data entry is oh, you have a for sure thing that you make money off of. But if you're oh, I play in a band, they're oh, you play in a little band? Do you play at the bar down the street once a month? You know what I mean? That whole thing. So it's definitely been interesting the last 6 months with things shifting and slowly moving to the way that things are now. And yeah, so I guess long-winded answer, it's just 99% of our time is spent working on the band, thinking about the band and progressing things in the next 6 months to a year. We're always thinking 6 months out. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of stuff going on. So
it's all that we want to do. That's all we want to be doing. So
yeah. But thanks to you guys, it's slowly becoming a reality, which is amazing. So let's go through some of these. Would you reimagine any song off your discography? Maybe Trust Fall. Probably Trust Fall. We've always talked about doing an acoustic version of Trust Fall. But that won't be done for a little while if we do decide to do it. We have to get all this new stuff done. Realistically, how many toddlers could you fight at once? I mean, at least 3.
They won't fight back. They don't know
They
what's
don't.
going on.
They just yell really loud. And you kind of just, I mean, if you're talking like Billy Madison style, like if you're talking about like, by the way, I read an article that was saying that like the parents didn't know that Adam Sandler was actually throwing dodgeballs at the kids. And like he was whipping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But like the kids did not sign up for it and he just started whipping them.
That's normal. The teachers did that to us at our school.
Oh, I know. I got hit pretty nasty from a couple of my gym teachers. when
I
was really
hated
young,
my
too.
gym teacher.
Yeah. But then they moved over to the foam balls. So that was a lot different.
What?
Yeah, foam balls. They're a lot smaller. They fit in one hand and you can just whip them and they would curve a little bit. So you have to actually like try. But with those big ones, the red
Rubber one
ones,
just.
ooh, those will bruise you
Holy.
pretty good.
Oh man.
It's pretty wild. If you only had $1,000 to buy an all analog rig, what would you get? Holy shit. Man,
Is that like so?
is that like cab and amp, or just amp? Because like I straight up would not be able to play half of our songs. I rely so heavily on the digital stuff.
I would get a Line 6 Spider 112. However much that costs. And
Like,
then
like $100.
yeah, and then I don't know.
I don't know. That's tough. That's really hard. I'd probably wait for 6 months until a 5150 came up on Craigslist for a reasonable price, and then I'd run it through some shitty Line 6 cab.
The only way to do it would be to do the thing where you like have something and then you trade it for something a little bit better and then keep trading it and
It
keep
would take
trading
you
it
a long time.
until you had a K7.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's really tough. I got hit up on a dating app because one of my pics was me in a Spirit Box shirt.
That's so sick.
That's sick as hell.
I don't know about you, but that's something I never really experienced, like Hinge and Tinder and stuff like that.
Never. I never
So
wanted
I've
them.
always, I always like, I see my friends playing on those. I'm like, oh, how does this thing work? It looks so crazy.
I know. It's always funny grabbing your friends and like taking the distance and putting it to its like longest and then taking the age and like putting it all the way up
And
to
then-
senior and then just going like this. Obviously with their permission. We did that one night with Kyle and we just went through and he sat there and we were just all laughing so hard because it was just crazy. And he's just getting match after match after match. It was awesome. Let's see. Is there any current plans to have a multi-part song, kind of like Mar Effect? I really enjoyed it, especially the transition from part 2 to part 3. Not right now. Definitely not. We're just trying to figure out the full length and get that all sorted, but there won't be any like 2-3 part songs in that. I'm not ruling it out for like later, but yeah, we're just trying to get that finished. But it is a good idea. But the fact that we did it for the first thing, people would probably just be like, "Oh, I just trying to do the thing again." So yeah. When I first heard your name, I thought it was a mail subscription thing like Birchbox, like you order from Spirit Box and they sent a box of tea or something.
That is a thing. Spirit Box is a thing.
Is
It's
it?
a cheerleading subscription box.
Is it? I didn't know that. Well,
But
there you
it's
go.
not heavy metal though.
Mm-mm. Craig says, "Thanks for letting me chill. I'll watch whatever I miss later. Have a great day, guys."
Goodbye,
And,
Craig.
Bye, Craig. See you. Brian says, "We all draw 0 heads now, baby." It's true. It's true. Trust Fall is truly y'all's best song ever. Thank you. Appreciate that you like it. Also, the Yellow Perennial is still the Yellow Perennial hoodie is still my jam.
Iconic.
Iconic. It's one of the first ones. Did it right the first time, I love Trust Fall. I think I might ascend to heaven if y'all did an acoustic. That was the first song I heard from y'all's discography. That's really cool. That's sweet. That's awesome. It's one of my favorites too. I think it's very overlooked. Brian says, "Dude, not even the spiders are expensive new. I used to rock the Valve King for a long time."
They still make
Dang.
spiders?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I thought they just have that. What's that thing called now that everyone uses? Helix.
Oh, the Helix. Helix. Spirit Box merch makes you 200% hotter. That's a fact. We should put that on as a disclaimer in the merch store. Have you ever watched how many reaction videos on YouTube there are? Yeah. You know, it was a trip the other day, Adam
Mhm.
and you. I woke up to text, and my friend messaged me on Facebook showing me Rabia's first reaction in his thing that he's doing for reactions. It was our song. And I've watched his videos for a very, very, very long time.
Me too.
Yeah, he's such a great guitar player, and his reviews and stuff are bang on. So it's just mental to be like, damn, this is just crazy. And then he like figured out how to play the riff within the same video. It was so sick.
It was really trippy to see.
Yeah, I was like, man, that just makes no sense at all. But yeah, when Holy Roller came out, I mean, I definitely think that majority of the success is due to the fact that like everyone started reacting to it. There's hundreds of them. It's mental. It's so crazy. If you could choose to do one cover song, what would you choose? I'd say Rough Hands by Alexisonfire.
Yeah, that's great. You know what's weird that you say that is my number one. Well, it's weird that you say that because for one, the new song has that vibe.
It does. It has a little bit.
Big
of that vibe.
time.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before, but The Grace by Neverending White Lights
Oh God.
and Dallas Green sings on that song.
That's one of my favorite songs ever. That's like, yeah, that's like my teen high school angst song. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a great song. Brian says, "I told you." Yeah, he did. Brian hit me up. He's like, "This song is going to be your biggest song." I was like, "I don't know, man. I don't know if people are going to like it." And then boom. Pretty crazy. Which reactor is that again? His name's Rabia Masad. He's just an insane guitar player.
Long curly hair.
Yeah, he's the man. He's so good.
Yeah.
I never got complimented, but the day I wore a Spirit Box shirt, I got complimented on it multiple times. Crazy. That's awesome. I would like y'all to cover Early Grave by the Contortionists. Courtney would kill it. She would kill it. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, she did.
Let's not get into that. Spirit Box merch really does look good. The Holy Roller long sleeve shirt is like the perfect aesthetic. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad all you guys like the merch. I always imagine Spirit Box covering an old classic, making it your style, like Killswitch did with Holy Diver. That'd be sweet. Maybe sometime next year or whatever, if we have some downtime. Is it weird that I want to hear a cover of Hungry Like a Wolf by Duran Duran? No, that's not weird. That's a great song. Duran Duran is fucking amazing. Spirit Box merch really looks more grown up than traditional metal merch. That's a huge compliment. That's awesome. Yeah, Courtney spends a lot of time on it. Her and Leanna collaborate. They spend a long time getting all sorted. And yeah, it turns out awesome. It's great. We're probably going to pack her in the next 5 minutes or so. So if you have any questions for this month of September, for this Q&A special. Bill, can you grow my hair back, please?
I'll give you some of mine.
Yeah, there you go. Just glue it on there, bud. But to recap what's going on, what was the date for the next song to drop on Spotify? October 2nd. Woo, it's coming up. Let's see. Holy shit, that is coming up.
Is that Friday?
Yeah, dude. Friday.
It is Friday.
So Friday, the remix will be out
Wait, really?
with the video.
Oh, it's the 28th today, yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna be doing some live streams on YouTube and stuff to celebrate, to talk about it coming up too. And it's gonna be really cool. And we're recording tomorrow. Rob says, when we go into Galaxy's Edge, Bill, I need to get out of the house.
Well, when Florida opens up, dude.
You guys gonna do meet and greets in the future when you get back to touring? Probably. I could see us doing that, maybe. What sort of healthcare job do you and Courtney do? We do payroll for nurses and doctors. Just got in. It's a bummer you guys are leaving, but fill me in. What's coming out this October 2nd? The Holy Roller remix featuring Ryo Kinoshita of Crystal Lake. And it sounds insane and is crazy heavy and it's nuts because I didn't think the song could get any heavier. And then he comes in and just destroys humanity with his mouth and his vocal cords. Courtney, why don't you sign us off here?
Someone there's a request.
And
I just wanted to tell you that also the syllables of his name match the riff of the song.
the syllables of his name match the riff of the song.
Rio Kino, Rio Kino, Chita, Rio Kino, Rio Kino, Chita, Rio Kino.
Brian says we should FaceTime later. Hit me up, my man. Let's do it.
I can't talk, Brian.
Yeah.
Because
No.
Michael-
Everyone's asking for Courtney to say stuff my ass really loud. No, she has to record tomorrow. She doesn't want to do it. Trust me, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to hear her say "suck my ass."
Suck my ass.
There you go. Woo! All right, guys. Let's. We're gonna end it today. We'll call it there. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for supporting us for this month of September. I hope you enjoyed it. We're working on a bunch of stuff vlog wise, and we're going to be recording everything, filming everything for the next few days from these sessions. And you'll obviously get sneak peeks of everything. And also, you guys are going to hear the remix before everybody else too, which is great. I'm really stoked for that. You'll see the video before everybody else too, which is awesome. So, hell yeah, guys. October 2nd. New song, new old song. Recording a new song tomorrow, and throughout October, we're gonna be filming a bunch of shit for our music video and all that stuff too. So we'll keep y'all in the loop, and we'll see y'all soon.
See you in the Discord.
We'll see you in the Discord. Bye, guys. Boom.